Hello, Chris Gweth once again. Glad that you're still here to continue with our leadership devotionals. Today we are in lesson 5, and the biggest question we are grappling with today is if you've ever felt incompetent or ever felt less or ill prepared for certain leadership commitment. I think this is an experience for many people. In fact, there's a leader in history, one of the greatest leaders in the Bible. His name is Moses. He felt very ill prepared, less assured, self assured. He felt he couldn't do or carry out the task God was asking him to do, which was to lead the people, to shepherd the people. And there's an interesting conversation he's having with God because God is telling him, I'm sending you there. And he's saying, I don't want to go there. And eventually, God asks him, what do you have in your hands? And he says, I have a staff. And through that, we are helped to understand that what Moses wasn't aware of is that his 40-year leadership of cattle and sheep and all the animals was taken care of was actually enough preparation for him to go and lead the children of Israel, the people that God was asking him to go and lead. A lot of times we find ourselves in that kind of situation. You are asked or given an opportunity to lead, and then looking into yourself, you realize there's not much you have to offer. But if you just take a bit of a moment and see why God will even ask you to lead, or why people will have, the trust in you to lead them, then you can actually sit back and see how that is playing along. Now, when it comes to leadership, I want for us to do these three things. Number one, look back, look into your life, into your childhood, into your life growing up to where you are. How has it been? What are the major themes of your life? Because leadership is about specific areas that we are called into, specific community. It could be about children, families, church, a nation, a community, whichever uh, community you're called into. Look into your life and see how has it prepared you for that all along. Number two, look outside. See the need around you. What is needed? What do people need? What is your generation grappling with? All right. So basically, what's the cause? What are you going to do? Or what can you do to help your generation? Could be things to do with drug addiction, as it is in our generation. It could be something to do with problems in family. It could be something to do with political challenges, corruption and incompetence, and all those kind of problems you see in politics. All right, it could be about community, or reintegration, so to speak. A lot of fragmentation and tribalism and different ways people tend to fragment each other. So, which is the issue? What is the cause? All right, what has God or what are you called into? And then, of course, with that also comes the third important element, which is continuity. All right, so this particular cause you feel so strong about, this problem you want to resolve, and this community you feel called into. How will your action be progressive? How will they outlive you? What's the impact? What's the significance of your effort? All right. So looking at that way, then we are able to see ourselves much more holistically, and of course, see how we are going to manage or take leadership that you're called into very seriously. And then let me give you another example of a leader who understood these three things. And number one, actually just one leader, and that is Joseph, a shepherd boy, almost forgotten, always in the field, taking care of cattle. But one day he finds himself in a battlefield. All right, he goes to take food to the brothers who are soldiers, and there he realizes that there is a stalemate and there's fear, in his camp. And because he understood his life, he understood his experience, he understood what his life as a shepherd were preparing him both for war and also for leadership. He decides to take up the challenge. He says, I've not been a warrior in war, but I have killed bear, I've killed lion. I know how to kill. All right. That is a very deep level of self-awareness and environmental awareness. And then there's a cause here, fighting so that his community can win. All right, so he takes it up, and he not only wins this war, but he becomes later on a warrior king that does so much more for his community. And his story lives on to today. So, as we think about our calling or vocation as a leader, let's look into that, and let's hope that this will help us to become better leaders as we commit to our leadership responsibilities for 2026. I'm looking forward to see you in the leadership devotional lesson 6, and also looking forward to hear your voice, your perspective, your ideas. Even as you share and like and subscribe, a little appreciate. See you in the next. Chris Griff, bye.